Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And dangers of waiting in line at the hardware store is you might start wondering about something, and I did about this. This is a Duralast 1/4-inch ratchet, Flexhead, 72 tooth, made in Taiwan. It was $9.99 on a 20% off sale, so basically it was $8, $7.99. This is a snap-on. And this one sells for about $148, or almost 20 times, 18.5 to be exact, 20 times more than the Duralast. Very similar on the surface, but let's crack open this Duralast and check. First, let me answer a couple of viewer questions. First of all, here is that IMHO tool bag that I did the video on the other day, and somebody asked if you could get the Vera built or Tool Check Plus inside here. This is what it looks like. It just fits in there just fine. To me, that's got some both potential, or it might defeat the purpose since this is already well organized. But if you had say twice the space, you can see that there's plenty of room to build on top of it, so you could easily fill out one side of the elastic and then throw the bit check in and be good to go. But anyway, that's one question. The other is somebody said, must be cold if you're wearing flannel. Yeah, it is cold. It's getting down still into the 30s, believe it or not. We had a hypothermia alert here in Montana a couple days ago, and there is fresh snow in the mountains. That's not unusual. In fact, more than a few 4th of Julys I've been snowed on. But anyway, let's get back to this Duralast. This thing was packaged inside this, made in Taiwan, distributed by Best Parts Incorporated. And it says, if you look at this, if any Duralast hand tool ever fails, return it to any Autozone store and it will be replaced free of charge. And then here it is up close, and even says guaranteed for life. It's a 71-417 is the model. Now, one of the things I noticed right away is it's a little crooked. The head here bounces around, and I noticed it was a little bit off center, and I wasn't sure if that was maybe the Y-frame here was bent, or maybe this neck was bent. And in fact, what I think it is there's just so much play here that there is a spring that kind of holds the mechanism still inside this. I'll pull it open and show you. That I think it's just pushing it a little bit to the side. The other thing is I put it in we'll work it with this little channel lock adjustable wrench here. If I cinch that down and kind of turn it into a plier handle so I can control it, watch what goes on here. Okay, there is a bunch. Let me spin it a little closer. Right there. Now again, I'm working with a ratchet that is selling for $8 compared to $148, basically $140 cheaper. But just look at the bending of this. There's a lot of bending up at the front end, bouncing around. Yeah, I'll compare it with the snap-on in just a second. I'm almost worried I'm going to break it. There's so much flex. If I throw the snap-on in this same test, get the ball to the top. Right there. And now we'll do the same thing. A little bit of flex there. But it's a different kind. It's not as springy as the Duralast. The Duralast, you can kind of feel it throughout the entire mechanism. Now I'm going to squeeze it pretty hard. That's the amount. But anyway, let's crack it open and see what's going on inside. Uh-oh, it's stuck. Go the other way. There we go. So, first of all, let's pull apart this neck mechanism. It does have a flex head. It's got some resistance. That's good. I don't see any Loctite on that. Carefully pull this out so we can capture the spring there. There's just a little split ring that's pretty common in these designs. You can see the workmanship there. So I think this is just a little deep. And because it's so deep, it allows a lot of flex. It doesn't keep things flush. But there's the head. Here's the Y. It looks pretty straight. Doesn't look like it's finished very well on the inside. I need to cut those dirty fingernails. But you can see inside there. Look at that. They polished it, but not there. And then let's crack this open. See what's inside here. Alrighty. Not do that enough. Should be. There we go. So, first of all, here is the back plate. Looks fairly symmetrical and no O-ring. I already broke this apart here. So you can see there was the ball detent. Here's the detail on that. There is actually, that's real live grease inside there. There's the pieces. Here's the lever. The lever's not really all that impressive. Looks like it's got some kind of a capture spring there, piece on top of it to hold it aligned. Anyway, not as bad as I thought it would be for $7 or $8. These aren't designed for, a huge amount of torque. They're more really handy, especially if you want to use it, to drive things in and then just kind of tighten them up. Would this work for that? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to start doing a few videos on some inexpensive tools that the reason to get them might be either you don't have much of a use for the really expensive ones, in other words, you're not going to get your money out of it, or you're not sure if that's really going to solve what it is that you need, so you might start almost like with a practice tool here, because these are darn close. Right there. So I'm going to start out with pliers, where there were expensive versions and inexpensive versions. So anyway, stay tuned for those videos, and with that, Doc out.